Excuse me.
Open. Seed house.
I'll have a quick look around
From
first.
here, we are unable to see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room.
There was a window in the other place, too.
Materials for college study. They belong to Albert. A book about ships. Nothing at all to do with plants.
This must be Albert's desk, then.
These leather gloves are new and of good quality. They do not appear to have been used. This place serves as Albert's office.
Alright, let's talk to her finally. I did not see any other
Good day to you,
clues.
miss. You have some very beautiful plants here.
Why, thank you, sir. And good day to you, too. But...
Oh, I do beg your pardon. My name is Dr. John Watson. This is my good friend, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
I am honored to make your acquaintance, gentlemen. My name is Margaret White. Excuse me, but are you Sherlock Holmes, the great detective?
Yes, I am he.
What a pleasure to see you here at Kew Gardens. Are you working on a case?
The theft of the plants.
Yes, a theft of plants that took place here a few days ago after their most recent exhibition.
Oh yes, of course. I quite forgot about that.
Can you tell me about the incident?
Oh, it's quite understandable that you might forget about the theft of the plants, miss, after the tragedy that took place here.
Yes. The director was a truly good man. It is such a terrible misfortune.
Can you tell me about the emptied colonial collection?
Would you happen to know why part of the Colonial Collection was cleared?
No, I have never been there.
Do you work here?
Do you work here?
Part-time only. I am a biology student at the London University. I attend the same classes as the son of Mr. Montague Dunn. That is how I found my chance to work here for part of my thesis, you see. It is a great honor.
What was your relationship with the director?
How well did you know Mr. Montague Dunn?
He was a master, a great leader. I saw him almost as a spiritual father.
He had an exceptional nature?
Oh yes, indeed. He was always so active and so optimistic, and very nice to me. Although he could behave harshly towards his son.
Why so?
He loved his son dearly and wanted the very best for him. It made him extremely demanding. Albert, who is naturally shy, suffered because of it.
You know anything about the Divine Syndicate?
The Divine Syndicate. Does that name mean anything to you, by any chance?
Not at all. But it is a very pretty name.
So how did you get in here?
Most of the doors in Kew Gardens are locked. Do you have a key to this room?
Oh, yes. Albert gave me a set of duplicate keys. He agreed I might carry out my studies without disturbing him. It is only temporary.
Interesting.
Thank you, miss. None of the 3 people who work at Kew Gardens know why half of the colonial collection was cleared. So, someone is lying. It is obvious.
That part is, anyways. Let's go talk to Albert and Martin. I think his name was. One more time before we go check out the Syndicate. I have a couple unanswered questions I want to know. You dream of entering the Navy.
I perceive that you are passionate about the Royal Navy.
Passionate? No, not really. I like ships, that is all.
Are you quite sure? You do not seem to be so interested in plants.
It's difficult, that's all. My future is here. It has never been about anything else.
And yet I know that the Royal Naval College rejected your application.
Ah, you truly are as clever as they say. Yes, that's correct. And in fact, my father was strongly against the idea. He did his best to ruin my plans, although I almost did succeed. But my dreams were shattered, Mr. Holmes.
Can you tell me about the Divine Syndicate?
Tell me, have you ever heard of the Divine Syndicate?
No, I cannot say that I have.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again.
Let me talk to Hamish one more time. Yeah, it was Martin. Tell me about Kew Gardens.
Mr. Hamish, was someone from your family connected with Kew Gardens?
Family? No. I'm the only one with a passion for botany.
I do not think so. This photograph of you and your father at Kew Gardens suggests the opposite.
But you have no right to.
Do tell us more about your father.
He was, indeed, the greatest botanist of his time in the British Empire. He worked together with Montague Dunn until the end of his life. He brought me in at the age of 12.
Did he get on well with Mr. Dunn?
No, I couldn't say that. They expanded Kew Gardens together, that was all. And it was all my father's work, for Dunn always lived the high life.
So Mr. Dunn was not helping your father?
Oh yes, he provided the financial support. And as far as he was concerned, that fulfilled his role. But the worst of it was, he declared himself as the master of Kew Gardens. Fame meant nothing to my father, so it was easy for Mr. Dunn to take all the credit.
Do you know anything about the Divine Syndicate?
Are you aware of the Divine Syndicate?
The Divine what? Is this a joke?
No, I am quite serious.
What a ridiculous name. Anyway, I have never heard of this syndicate.
You know what happened to the bust?
There is a bust of Montague Dunn in the nursery.
A bust? Oh, that old thing. Further proof of that outrageous ego of his.
But why in that room in particular?
Oh, I don't know. It has always been there.
That's not true.
It is strange, because I recovered a fragment of the bust inside the Colonial Collection Room.
Really? Oh, well, so I am mistaken. It ought to have been removed during the cleanup. This room is so small.
Do you know who moved it?
I have no idea. Surely Mr. Dunn requested it. Do you have any more questions like this? Because fragments of rock are not my responsibility.
Evidently. Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall
He's definitely hiding a lot. There's one more thing I want to check before we get out of here. That I forgot to check earlier.
We can see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room from this window.
Alright, well, I think we're all done here for now. I think we're gonna go check out the Syndicate.
This place is beautiful, Holmes. Its atmosphere is remarkably soothing.
Let us find someone who could help us.
God damn, this is a really nice place. You guys know I might be a little bit biased about that, but...
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock...
I am exalting the sap. A while can you wait? From the trace of elements and moreover from the quality of the ambient geotropism it depends. Therefore, please, mind my gravitropism. Its balance. Do not disturb.
Disturbed is most definitely the word.
There. Completed is the symbiosis. Welcomed you are. To introduce myself, I am the Green Grand Mystic.
The Green Grand Mystic? Himself?
This is me. Who am I speaking to?
We are two gentlemen who are extremely interested in the vegetation philosophy that is advocated by this establishment.
Listening to you, I am.
Look around.
We should like to take a look around, to immerse ourselves in the wisdom that emanates from here.
It is a school of anastomosis, the Divine Scholastic Syndicate for Vegetation Veneration and Meditation. You may say, the Divine Syndicate, glory to the eukaryotic. Only true devotees, those whose hearts are ready to spermatophize in sharing of knowledge, are permitted to physically enter our vegetable kingdom and its wisdom. And to be permitted, you must earn it. Yes.
You tell me about your pots.
We visited Kew Gardens, and we found your symbols on their flower pots.
Coincidence, I am thinking. They would scavenge our refuse. It would not surprise me.
It was merely an observation.
I think we're ready.
Green Grand Mystic, we are ready to become devotees and gain access to your temple.
What is the name of our Lord, our God King?
That's an easy one, I know this one.
Our God King's name is Treewan, Green Grand Mystic.
Oh la, good, good, I like you. Here is the holy key to the wisdom place. Holy donation can you make whenever you so wish.
Thank you so much.
I pray you to taste our fertilizer substance. From the burdens of life it helps to free.
But of course.
Raw sap, it is called. It is near the entrance.
Well, we will leave you to your meditation.
I do want to check over here for a second. Pot piece over there.
Fragments of a flower pot. It fell down here. a fragment of a flower pot. The Kew Gardens symbol.
Intriguing. Good thing I came that way then, huh?
Osmosis and photosynthesis.
The list of plant friends and benefactors, lawyers, well-known manufacturers, political leaders. That should be the raw sap that the Green Grand Mystic spoke of. It is rather delicious, and of an excellent quality.
My word, Holmes. Their sap is like a form of cocaine.
It's not wrong. Step aside, dear Watson. You're always in the way.
This door is locked, but I can try to open it.
I swear every time I go to do this, these locks get more and more complex. Oh, God. What am I doing? Doesn't quite work out, eh? Looks like we opened that side.
This must be Trewan, the Divine Syndicate's god. Caterpillars. They are raised as food for certain plants. Let's take them.
We'll just take their caterpillars. Fuck them. We found some of these at the
tropical
crime
plant. Nothing of interest.
crime scene.
A tropical plant. Nothing of interest. These 3 plants are identical to the ones shown at the exhibition. I shall take them.
We're just over here power looting the lost my train of thought. We're over here just power looting everything.
A tropical plant. Nothing of interest. A tropical plant. Nothing of interest. tropical plant. Nothing of interest. A tropical plant. Nothing of interest.
Again, still gotta look. This is the chemistry room. Intriguing.
These instruments are used for smoking opium. This substance is an alkaloid, the same as in the bottle we found in the bushes at Kew Gardens. Perfect, Watson. We can begin our experiment. This cabinet is full of chemicals. They are the same as the ones we found in the laboratory at Kew Gardens. That would be enough to perform the most difficult of chemical experiments. A vast amount of opium.
I doubt he'll tell us, but... Do you know the Kew Gardens?
Do you have friends at Kew Gardens?
None. Not worthy there.
Ah. At least it gives me another option, or another chance.
Do you have...
None. Not worthy there.
Really? Oh, the brand... Duh. I missed it at the very top there.
Do you have friends?
None. Not worthy there.
We all know I know what I'm doing. Branded flower. What?
None. Not worthy there.
There it is.
Nevertheless, we have seen Kew Gardens flower pots in your yard. How could they happen to be there?
What? Our sacred place you permitted yourself to search. Sacrilege.
No, really now. There was a theft of plants at Kew Gardens a matter of days ago, and we believe the pots we found here may be connected with it. Please tell us, were you involved?
No. Those plants were ours. They had stolen them from us.
How so?
Their director, Dump, I believe.
Done.
Yes, that's what I said. He borrowed from us 3 of our sisters for the exhibition at his green fly-infested gardens. But he never gave them back to us. Excuses and imbecility. So we went in and saved them.
I see. So, if you stole those rare plants from them, then it means... Ah, I get it. Bravo, Holmes. I think the case is solved.
No, we did not steal. We saved. Well, as a matter of fact, we were unable to find our 3 plants.
I beg your pardon. And yet you took all of the exotic plants from the stand.
They had disappeared. It was the least we could do. They stole our sisters, and so we stole theirs.
Well, we will leave you to your meditation.
I don't think the Syndicate killed Dunn, but I definitely think they stole everything. We still have more to do here. The problem here right now that we're facing is that the Divine Syndicate didn't want to kill Dunn. There was no motive there. They just wanted their plants back. The only motive I could see thus far is Hamish. I think Hamish wanted Dunn gone so that he could acquire the rights to Kew Gardens because he knew it was going to be passed down to Albert.
I imagine that one of these plants would be capable of releasing a toxic vapor. I need to find out exactly how it could be done. I shall begin now. Watson, if you are at all optimistic to have dinner this evening, then I'd recommend that you put on the gas mask. This plant becomes inactive after being drenched with alkaloid. How interesting. What a strong and effective defensive mechanism. I find the behavior of predators utterly fascinating.
I have a feeling it's the one on my right.
This plant becomes inactive after being drenched with alkaloid.
Yeah, so it has to be this one.
It appears to open after being soaked with alkaloid. This is a strange and unusual plant. A carnivorous plant. A prickly plant. It closed again. I believe I saw a small cloud of gas. I wonder what secrets this plant is hiding. Perhaps if we agitate it to a greater extent whilst it is opened, it will reveal a little more. I am interested in what might occur if the prickly plant should shoot at it. It appears to open after being soaked with alkaloid.
Now we put this over here.
How interesting. What a strong and effective defensive mechanism. I am interested in what might occur if the...
Yeah, I got it, I got it.
Toxic gas with spores. Extraordinary. The plants would be capable of killing only if they were directly next to the victim and stimulated at precisely the right moment.
Let us take our caterpillars to the Colonial Collection Room. We may see things more clearly there.
It is too early, Watson. Our suspects will be there. Let us investigate Kew Gardens one more time and ask some questions.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking the Syndicate didn't have anything to do with this. Alright, so I'm going to end it here because I'm up for time. When we come back, we will head back to Kew Gardens and talk with the suspects one last time. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and say, comment down below, subscribe, share. It helps me out. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.